The past year has been tough on all of us, and at the Latin American Association, we have seen firsthand how severely our community has been affected. Our community faced a crisis of basic needs in 2020, and our personnel quickly adjusted to serving our families in a way that took into account the safety and well-being of our staff and our clients. The Latin American Association has been the beacon of hope to many Latinos, over 44,000 individuals that were served last year. We have been a place where families desperately seeking help can find refuge and can feel comfort in knowing that we are here to help them. We provided over $750,000 in rental assistance so families could keep a roof over their heads. We dispersed over 334,000 pounds of food to over 10,000 families trying to keep food on their table. We even opened a new food pantry in our office to have plenty of access to food for all those that come through our doors. We have continued to serve over 1,000 families through our immigration services from day one of the pandemic, never ceasing to see clients in person. Our youth services department has worked closely with over 240 students to help them navigate the tumultuous year of digital learning. And we also provided over 100 laptops to students who had no access to computers. Our economic empowerment team worked hard to transform all in-person classes, such as English as a second language, job fairs, Unidos in Finance, and more to virtual formats to provide opportunities for our community to continue to thrive. Additionally, we had the opportunity to create new digital classes for clients to expand their job skills in topics from beginner to intermediate and beyond. During this time, our world was turned upside down. The LAA is a leading organization in providing COVID-19 education and vaccine information. Actually, the LAA has worked with CORE and the Department of Public Health to provide vaccine drives in our building, where we have vaccinated over 1,000 individuals so far this year in our facility. Not to mention the fact that throughout the state, we have vaccinated over 6,000 people. But our work is not done. As we continue to navigate this new normal, we want to make sure that the LAA continues to empower Latinos to adapt, integrate, and thrive, and we continue to provide opportunity for all. Indeed, somos Georgia. We are Georgia.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Latin American Association, I would like to welcome you to the 32nd Compañeros Award Luncheon. This virtual event is quite special, and we want to thank you so very much for tuning in today. My name is Mariela Romero. I am the Regional Director of Community Empowerment for Univision. I will be your mistress of ceremonies for today. The Latin American Association, or the LAA, has been a pillar and beacon of hope in the Latino community for almost 50 years. Next year is the LAA's 50th anniversary. The LAA's mission is to empower Georgia Latinos to adapt, integrate, and thrive, and also to provide a vision of opportunity for all. The LAA is the region's leading agency representing Georgia Latino issues, providing life-saving and life-changing programs every day. And I am very, very pleased to support this incredible organization. As you will see today, the LAA has done tremendous work in our community, and even more so during the pandemic. But they cannot do it without your support. As you hear more about the LAA and feel inspired to give, please click on the donate button on this page to make the LAA your cause by giving today. And remember, every dollar makes a difference, no matter the amount. And now, let me introduce you to the LAA CEO, Santiago Marquez.
Hi, I'm Santiago Marquez. I'm the CEO of the Latin American Association, and I am honored to be here with you today celebrating our Compañeros Awards Luncheon. This month, I will have been at the LAA for 1 year. It'll be my 1-year anniversary. And what an amazing year it has been. I couldn't be more proud of the staff, the work that has been done, providing over $757,000 to try to keep people in their homes, doing multiple food drives, making sure that people don't go without food and are able to feed their kids, including multiple food drives, weekly food drives in our building every week for the last 3 months of 2020. And we continue to do food distributions in our building today. And with our youth, who have been so separated from their classmates and from their teachers. Many of our students haven't been able to go back to school and have been trying to study and learn at home virtually. Thank God for our youth department who managed to keep those kids in school and keep them going and motivated, making sure that they stayed focused on the big prize, which is to graduate high school and think of their future. Couldn't be more proud of the work that's being done every day. But the reality is that we had to battle COVID, and we responded to the point where right now we're vaccinating people every week in our building, and we will continue to do so until the end of July. To date, we have vaccinated over 800 people in our building and over 6,000 people across Georgia, 80% of those being Latinos. So we are so proud and honored to be in this battle, and I am so proud of the staff. I'm also very honored and proud to serve with our board of directors. We couldn't do this work without your generous support, without your strategic input, and without you being there for the LAA for almost 50 years now. And of course, our sponsors. Definitely want to thank Coca-Cola, our presenting sponsor, and all the other sponsors. We obviously could not do this work without the resources that you provide us with. Thank you for believing in us. And now, I'd like to introduce a good friend of mine, somebody that I've known for many years and somebody who has been a supporter of the LAA for many years, Carlos Pagoaga from Coca-Cola.
Thank you, Santiago. On behalf of the Coca-Cola Company, I want to welcome you all to the Latin American Association's 2021 Compañeros Awards. We're deeply honored once again to sponsor this special event, which enables the Latin American Association to provide programs and services that continue to address the needs of the Latino community in Metro Atlanta. Whether it's food or rent assistance, job placement, or immigration assistance, demand for these services has only increased since the COVID pandemic. I extend our congratulations to all of today's honorees. Your work on behalf of the Latino community helps so many across Metro Atlanta, especially during these difficult times. Later on, you'll hear from Alfredo Rivera, president of the North America Operating Unit and a board member of the Coca-Cola Foundation. In his role as a board member, Alfredo has always been a strong advocate for our support of the LAA's Latina Leadership Institute, which has created more than 5,000 female entrepreneurs in the past 5 years and is expanding to the Lawrenceville area and into North Georgia. Prior to being appointed to lead our North America Operating Unit, Alfredo also led our Latin America Operating Unit. As such, he has a unique perspective on the Latino community, one shaped by experiences on both sides of the border. De parte de todos nosotros en Coca-Cola, muchas gracias. We hope you enjoy the rest of this virtual celebration. Y bienvenido.
The LAA Ambassador Award is given in recognition of an individual or group whose remarkable work exemplifies the LAA's mission to empower Latinos to adapt, integrate, and thrive. I am pleased and privileged today to present the award for the 2021 LAA Ambassador of the Year to Miss Anna Lee Harlan. A few words about Anna Lee. Her and I have become fast friends over the last few months, and what I've noticed about her is she has a deep desire to serve. In her profession, she is a medical professional. She is also an alderman in the city of Dalton, and she cares about community and people. I know this because Anna Lee took the initiative and the drive and the lead to ensure that the 3 major competitors in Dalton, the 3 major carpet and rug companies, along with the Carpet and Rug Institute and the Latin American Association, would be able to get vaccines to go to the factories and vaccinate people as they were leaving their shift. The majority of the people that were vaccinated, which by the way were 5,000, 80% of those people were Hispanic. And the majority of those people, we believe, would not have had access to the vaccine back then because it would have been very difficult for them to find the vaccination sites or have those vaccination sites open, as a lot of the folks were working second and third shifts. So because of her efforts and because of her love of community and people, the LAA is really pleased and privileged to give the award of Ambassador of the Year to Miss Harlan. Thank you, Anna Lee.
Good afternoon. I am so honored to receive the LAA's Ambassador Award. And on behalf of the dedicated team who made it possible and made it their mission to improve the delivery of vaccine in Northwest Georgia, I'd like to share the following. The LAA continues to support Dalton and Northwest Georgia in a way that enriches our area on a daily basis. But in a time of crisis, the LAA stepped up and assisted the city of Dalton in procuring vaccine. It's important to note that success would not be possible without the leadership at the local level of the LAA's Eva Rodriguez, the Carpet and Rug Institute, floor covering employers who made the decision to offer vaccine on shift inside plant facilities. The outstanding support of our local medical community, consisting of both active and retired nurses, pharmacists, and physicians, along with our hospital partners. Additionally, public safety partners of Whitfield County, along with the Northwest Georgia Public Health District, specifically Dr. Taylor, Ashley Deverell, and their dedicated staff. The vaccine effort would not have been possible without the empowerment Governor Kemp and Dr. Toomey have given to local communities to best care for its citizens. The LAA has cultivated significant and lasting relationships with our state's public health department that will greatly benefit our area for years to come. Last but not least, I wish to celebrate my teammates in this vaccination effort, the City of Dalton Fire Department, and my coworkers at Community Hospice. It has been and will continue to be a tremendous privilege to work alongside each of you to serve our fellow citizens. I thank the LAA for this award, and I do so on behalf of the City of Dalton. Thank you.
The LAA Pacesetter Award is named in honor of Mrs. Olga Cida Goizueta and is presented to an individual or group whose extraordinary efforts have significantly advanced the Latino community in Georgia and carried on Goizueta's lasting legacy. A few words about Mrs. Goizueta here. I got the privilege of getting to know her many years ago. I had to report to her every year, once a year, while I was working under a Goizueta grant. And she's still in my heart and in my mind, and I'm still motivated and inspired by her and by the work that the family has done. So it's an honor for us to give this award. This year, I'm really honored to present it to CORE, the Department of Public Health of Georgia, and actually the Gwinnett and Newton Rockdale County of Department of Public Health. We have gotten to build a relationship with CORE, the Department of Public Health, in particular Gwinnett, Newton, and Rockdale, because of the need for Latinos to get vaccinated here in Georgia. Numerous times I have had conversations with Dr. Toomey and Dr. Arona about us having vaccines in our building, and finally we were able to get that done. To date, we've vaccinated over 800 people in our building. We will continue to do so until the month of July, till the end of July. And none of this would be able to be possible without CORE and without their assistance. So we're on a life-saving journey together, and for that reason, it's my honor to introduce you to Dr. Audrey Arona.
Thank you, Santiago, for recognizing our work with the Latin American Association to protect and improve the health of the Latin American community. This very important and distinguished award exemplifies the relationship the county health department has sought after for quite some time with the Latino population. This is the first step. I had the pleasure of meeting Santiago over a year ago while working with the Georgia Hispanic Chamber of Commerce to promote COVID-19 testing in the Latino community. Only through this partnership have we been able to richly engage our community by connecting individuals to services and resources. The Latin American Association has amplified our voice and our messages in a way we could never have done on our own. We could have never reached parts of our community without you. Because of your trusted voice within our community, we have earned more credibility and expanded our reach. Through our work together, we have increased vaccinations in the Latino population from initially 2% in the early days to now 22% in Gwinnett County. While this is great progress, we do look forward to seeing this number double or triple in the coming months, and your continued partnership will be integral to achieving that goal. Thank you for trusting us through testing and now through vaccination. We are thrilled to serve all in our community.
Good afternoon. My name is Jessica Martinez, Director of Development at the Latin American Association. The Corporate Champion Award is given to a corporate partner who has significantly supported the Latino community. And this year, I am honored to present the 2021 Corporate Champion Award to a company that has been exceedingly supportive of the LAA and the Latino community in Georgia. Kaiser Permanente supports the efforts that improve access to care for all, especially the low-income and underserved, and they help create healthy and vibrant communities. During this trying year for everyone, Kaiser has shown their commitment to the Latino community and beyond. Kaiser Permanente has had a focus to provide valuable COVID-19 education and vaccine information, especially to the Latino community, and we are so proud to have Kaiser Permanente as a partner in helping us lead the charge with our COVID-19 coalition. It is my honor and my privilege to present this award to Kaiser Permanente. Please welcome Madeline Adams, Director of Community Health in Kaiser Permanente.
Thank you, Jessica. I am so honored to accept the Corporate Champion Award on behalf of Kaiser Permanente of Georgia. Today, and even prior to COVID-19 pandemic, Latinos and other people of color experience dramatic disparities in health outcomes and economic conditions. As part of Kaiser Permanente's ongoing commitment to address the health equity gap that disproportionately impacts Latino communities, it was extremely important for us to partner with an organization that is connected to the needs of the Latino community. This award is a symbol of KP's commitment to address those needs. We will continue in partnership with the Latin American Association to lift all Atlanta area communities. Thank you, Latin American Association, for this recognition and your partnership.
It is my pleasure now to present our keynote speaker, Alfredo Rivera. Alfredo is President of North America for the Coca-Cola Company, helping lead the company's transformation to emerge stronger as a total beverage company enabled by a globally networked organization. A veteran of the global Coca-Cola system for more than 35 years, Rivera is a seasoned operator with proven ability to develop winning strategies and inspire teams to achieve sustainable growth. Prior to his current role, Rivera served as president of the company's Latin American group, where he oversaw the operations of our 4 business units across nearly 40 Latin and Caribbean countries. Along with creating a network organization, he built a strong, diverse pipeline for leadership. And in 2020, the Latin America group achieved gender balance among its business unit presidents. Please join us in welcoming Alfredo Rivera.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alfredo Rivera, President of North America for the Coca-Cola Company. Thank you for inviting me to speak with you today. It's a true honor. As my colleague Carlos mentioned earlier, the Coca-Cola Company is proud to be a longtime partner of the Latin American Association and today's Compañeros Awards Luncheon. I had the opportunity to connect with your CEO, Santiago Marquez, a few weeks ago. And I was blown away by all the incredible work the LAA is doing, as well as the honorees being recognized today. You are making a difference for so many people in our Hispanic community in Georgia. It is impressive and very inspiring to me. And speaking on behalf of all of my Coca-Cola colleagues, we are humbled to help contribute to your mission, as we also advance our purpose, which is to refresh the world and make a difference. Today, I want to talk with you about a few things. First, why I believe strongly in the message, Somos Georgia. Second, my background and career journey. And third, a few lessons I've learned along the way. When I think about the message, Somos Georgia, several words come to mind. Resilient, passionate, strong, hardworking, and optimistic. All of these words describe the essence of our Latino community in Georgia and how we are helping shape a vibrant, inclusive, and thriving state. We all know too well that the last year or so has been unique and very challenging. The COVID-19 pandemic has impacted all of us, our families, our friends, our businesses, our communities. It's changed almost every aspect of our lives. And despite these challenges, we've adapted, we've learned, we've come together to address the most pressing needs of our communities. In great part, due to organizations like the Latin American Association and many others who are helping those who need it most. Above all, we have stayed true to who we are. And I encourage us to continue to be resilient, passionate, strong, hardworking, and optimistic. Georgia is our home, the home of Coca-Cola for the last 135 years. And by the way, the home of one of my favorite sports teams, the Atlanta Braves. Georgia is where we are all helping shape a better shared future for each other. And not just for our own families or for our own Hispanic community, but for all neighbors and communities across our great state, and for the generations after us. Georgia is part of each of our stories, whether we've been here for a few years or a few decades. So you may be wondering what my story is and what brought me to Georgia. And as you may guess, Coca-Cola has something to do with it. I was born in Honduras and grew up along with 3 other brothers and my mom and dad in a farming community. It's a Chiquita banana farm system. And I was lucky enough that there was an American school that went up to 8th grade, which I attended. When I finished 8th grade, I was enrolled in a boarding school in Mississippi. It was a public high school that had an agricultural focus, therefore they had dormitories. So I did my high school there. And after that, I attended the University of Southern Mississippi, where I was awarded a degree in history and a master's of business administration. As soon as I completed my education, I went home. I went to Honduras and worked there for 8 years. And over 8 years working with a Coca-Cola bottler, I learned quite a bit, to the extent that I was offered a role in a neighboring country with another bottler in El Salvador. And 5 years after that, the Coca-Cola company came knocking to my door, and I jumped at the opportunity. And since then, 24 years have passed, and I've had the privilege of working for a company that has given me a great experience through 5 other countries: Guatemala, Brazil, Ecuador, Mexico, Costa Rica, and now back in 2016 to the United States. I've come full circle from where I began learning many years ago and continue to learn today. And living here in Georgia has been a great experience for my family and for me. This is a place where we feel that life is challenging us in terms of great experiences, whether it's the outdoors, which we like a lot, but also for my children and myself, a learning opportunity, whether it's at work or in school. And we have really become attached to this beautiful part of the country. Maybe what I love the most in Atlanta is that we do have the 4 seasons, sometimes in the same day, but we do have them. And it's a great, when you're out in nature, we like to hike, and I like to ride bicycles, so it's a beautiful place to do those things. And finally, the people. We've been treated very kindly over these last 5 years, and we're happy to be a part of the Georgia Latino community. So some thoughts as I reflect on the work we're doing here in North America. Over the last several months, I have been talking with our associates about my vision for North America and the type of culture I want to build with them. And I continue to come back to the leadership lessons I have learned and carried with me throughout my career. So I'd like to share a few of them with you now, in hopes they may also bring inspiration to you. My favorite is to be the best at getting better. Life is a learning journey. Every day is an opportunity to be better than we were than the day before. It is through learning that we constantly improve as individuals. And through learning, we can build stronger relationships with those we work with, we live with, and we love. It is also how we continue to build more inclusive communities. I encourage us to embrace the diversity of our communities as our strength. And I invite everyone to use that strength to lift each other up, so that the progress of one can be the progress for all. Another phrase that I like is, it's better to be a change agent than a victim of change. You have to be the catalyst for change and improvement that you want to see in your business and in your life. You cannot wait for someone else to do it for you. Challenge yourself and stay curious. And finally, particularly for those that are beginning their careers, who are students with a lot of dreams, be open to taking risks and making uncomfortable choices. When you do, you will gain learnings and experiences that will build your confidence and differentiate you from others as you grow in your career, your business, or any personal endeavor. In closing, I believe the last year has reminded us that we will always be stronger together. And when we learn together, we thrive together. We each have our own story to tell, where we come from, what we're striving to be. For Coca-Cola, our story centers on our purpose. We are committed to helping create a better shared future for all people by listening, leading, investing, and advocating. And we are very proud to be a part of the Latin American Association's story. Together, we are Georgia. And my Coca-Cola colleagues and I want to thank you for all you do to make a difference. Let's roll the video.
I am Georgia.
I am Georgia.
I am Georgia.
I am Georgia.
What I love about our state is its diversity and seeing all the great work that's being done in the community by organizations like the LAA.
An organization that encourages us and help us to connect and to communicate our stories with passion, with humbleness, with excitement.
So many of us in Georgia come from a variety of different places, and we all need one place where we can go and feel at home.
Through the LAA, I was able to find a great job, meet friends that are like family these days, and find a place in the Hispanic community in Atlanta.
Your mission is so important to our community, and you inspire us all to serve and support each other.
I support LAA and organizations like this one because it helps strengthen our communities and provide opportunities for those that would otherwise not exist.
Now more than ever, we need to continue to support each other, and I'm so looking forward to see what LAA does.
Thank you, LAA, for all the work that you did for me and my family, and for all the work that you continue to do for the Hispanic community of Georgia.
Let's get together and celebrate our roots and our heritage. Let's make this work a better place for everyone.
Gracias a la Asociación Latinoamericana por todo lo que haces para nuestra comunidad aquí en Atlanta y por todo el estado de Georgia.
Congratulations to this year's honorees. You all make Georgia a better place to be.
Felicidades to all of the honorees.
Yo soy Georgia.
Yo soy Georgia.
Yo soy Georgia.
Somos Georgia.
Good afternoon. My name is Jennifer Hamamoto. I'm the Managing Director of Immigration Services here at the Latin American Association. It is my pleasure to introduce this year's Volunteer of the Year. Tori Johnson. Tori has been a tremendous asset to the Immigration Services Department, the Latin American Association, and the families we serve. While she has also participated and volunteered elsewhere at the LAA, she has really become an integral part of our Immigration Services team, having helped every individual in the department in some way. In 2019, Tori started as a volunteer for our weekly citizenship workshops. When these workshops were no longer offered, she continued to dedicate her time by helping us with translations and screening initial calls to the department, among other tasks. Tori is very caring and takes the time to go above and beyond to help an individual or a family in need. She is with us daily, and we are so grateful for her time and commitment. There is no question that thanks to Tori, we have helped countless families in their immigration journey. We are so very grateful for Tori's steadfast and meaningful contributions to the work our department does for our hundreds of clients. It is because of all this and more that Tori Johnson is this year's Volunteer of the Year. Congratulations, Tori, on this well-deserved recognition.
I am so honored to accept this award for volunteering at the Latin American Association. It's great when work is fun. Thank you to Jennifer Hamamoto and Gabriela Cosera for the nomination and figuring out ways for me to contribute while working from home. For some people in the immigration department, this will be the first time they are seeing me. This is how this Swede from Minneapolis got here. Years ago, when I first started working, I wanted to learn Spanish. I liked the sound of the language, and in this country, it's such an important language to know. I started a class at the University of Minnesota, but work and life got in the way, and I didn't finish even the first class. 17 years later, I was looking at my textbook, and the receipt dropped out, showing me how much time had passed. I decided right then I was going to take Spanish lessons again and enrolled in a community ed class. After a few moves for work, I ended up in Atlanta and took more classes. This time at LAA, I kept working on my Spanish, and it has given me empathy for anyone having to learn a new language, especially later in life. 2 summers ago, I saw that Latin American was having English classes in Lawrenceville to help candidates prep for their citizenship interviews. I checked to see if they could use a person with a nice Midwest accent to help in the classes. I wasn't needed there, but the immigration department needed help on the N400 prep classes. I assisted with intake and guiding people in the online program that populates the actual N400 for LAA's review before applying for citizenship. To me, this was a win-win. It pushed me on my Spanish, and for LAA, it was another person to help with the load. During the last few weeks of the program, there were lots of people coming in who wanted to apply for citizenship, so we were able to help more people to take their next step. Later in the fall, I started doing translations 1 afternoon a week. This was something I enjoy doing and feel it is a contribution I can easily make and still learn something with each one. Again, win-win. I want these translations to be the best they can be, with the right tone, 100% correct, and easy for a judge to cross-reference from the original document in Spanish to the English version. Most of the cases only get 1 opportunity before a judge, and it needs to be perfect. Then came the pandemic, and everyone started working from home. Thank you, Gabriela, for coming up with work I could do from home and still be useful. I continued to do some translations and have been picking up voice messages and logging them. This frees up the time for the office manager and paralegals, and I have a learning experience from all of it. I'm so happy and proud to be able to do a little bit on an immigration case for someone I will probably never know, whose life could become very different in a good way pending a resolution of their case. This is my small way of paying it forward in life. Thank you for this award.
Now, the part that I like the most about this award in this Luncheon of Compañeros, the Inspiration Award. This recognizes an individual or group that captivates, inspires, and motivates, and who exemplifies the Latin American Association's vision of opportunity for all. The Inspiration Award is a community-nominated award. The response was overwhelming this year. Though a nearly impossible task, these submissions were narrowed down to a group of finalists, with the winners selected by a committee of LAA and community leaders. Denora Hill was nominated by Rebecca Diaz. Dinora has 8 siblings, and at the young age of 8 years old, she took charge to take care of her siblings while their parents worked. Her father is now receiving dialysis. Her mother had a strenuous hip replacement, and one sister has cancer. Dinora takes care of her parents and sister as she was a medical student. She never stops taking care of her family. She is an inspiration for not only her family, but also many others. She is a great example of overcoming all odds and still having a caring heart. Ladies and gentlemen, Dinora Hill.
Mi nombre es Dinora Hill y estoy muy agradecida por recibir este hermoso homenaje de Inspiration Award de la Asociación Latinoamericana. Muchas gracias a mi hermana Rebeca, que me nominó a este hermoso premio. Cuando recibí esta llamada, pues me llenó de mucha alegría, mucha emoción, que las lágrimas tuvieron que brotar. Pues qué hermoso es saber que pues una de tus hermanas pues tenga el tiempo para poder reconocer lo que uno hace para su familia. Para mí esto cuenta mucho, siendo que pues desde muy pequeña pues yo soy la segunda de 8 hermanos, 7 hermanas y un varón, y desde muy chica pues mis padres en la ciudad de Nueva York tuvieron que trabajar muy fuerte, por ende yo tuve que estar a cargo de mis hermanas desde un año hasta, puedo decir hasta 10 años, éramos todas ¿verdad? Pequeñas, y para mí pues siempre tuve la responsabilidad de cuidar de ellas, y de ahí nació ese corazón maternal hasta el día de hoy, que tengo ya 53 años, aún pues pendiente de todas mis hermanas, mis padres, que tengo el placer de que estén muy cerca de mí, y yo considero esto un honor, porque la familia es uno de los regalos más grandes que un ser humano pueda tener. Y cuando uno tiene sus padres aún vivos, pues todavía es un gran regalo. Le agradezco a Dios por la salud y la fuerza que me ha dado para estar, ¿verdad?, siempre bien, para estar ahí siempre que me necesiten. Yo quiero nuevamente darle gracias a Latinoamericano por este homenaje, a mi hermana Rebeca, a todas mis hermanas que siempre han sido muy especial con mi persona, siempre también ellas cuidan de uno, y yo pues soy una mujer feliz y una mujer rica en todos estos tesoros de familia. Gracias, me siento humildemente, lo recibo con mucha humildad, pero me siento muy feliz por este gran homenaje. Muchas gracias.
I am honored to be able to say a few words now about Susanna and her leadership. Susanna and I have known each other for, I want to say, over 10 years for sure, maybe even 15 years. I met her while I was at the Chamber, and I have always known her to be a strong and passionate leader and a great business leader in our community. Obviously, over the last year, I've gotten to work very closely with her and her leadership, and I'm honored and humbled that she believed in me and supported me in this role of becoming the CEO of the Latin American Association. So thank you, Susanna, for all of your work, your resiliency and your guidance and your leadership. And I'm so proud to have worked with you. Misty, I'm very proud of you also. I'm looking forward to having you as our board chair here in the next month. I've already gotten a taste of what it's going to be like to work with you under your leadership. And I know that we're going to take this organization to the next level together. So really excited to work with you. Congratulations on becoming the board chair, and looking forward to many, many prosperous years together. Thank you both for your leadership.
Thank you, Santiago, for your words. Buenas tardes. My name is Carla Riola, and I am a compañera of the LAA. My relationship with the LAA began as a volunteer over 10 years ago, and presently I serve on its board. Today we are celebrating those individuals who answered the call to be a compañero. In sharing their stories and the impact, it is our hope that you too will answer the call to volunteer or donate to the LAA. We need your teamwork and collaboration to meet the needs of the community we serve. I feel so lucky to serve on the board alongside Susana Chavez and Misty Fernandez. I recall coming out of my first board meeting and feeling I had a mentor in Susana. She is a woman who is not only leading, but also growing leaders along the way. Her commitment to the Latinx community is unshakable. She has led our board with passion and humility. So who in the world could possibly follow her act? Along came Misty Fernandez and bam, we had this dynamic duo. Watching these two women tag each other at meetings when we needed to get a big yes has been remarkable. Misty is direct in her approach. She will set her goals and run over them. I am just so excited to see how Susana will hand off the baton to Misty during this next year. Let's wrap our arms around them and lift the LAA together.
Hello. The LAA is a strong organization with dedicated staff. Our mission is to empower Latinos to adapt, integrate, and thrive, and I am proud of the work that we do. I want to thank everyone who comes and utilizes our services. You take English classes, entrepreneurial classes, you learn the banking industry. You and your families work with our immigration attorneys to understand and to work your way through the federal immigration system. No easy task. Students learn their school options and their leadership capabilities. They dream about a better tomorrow. I admire all of you for your bravery and for continually working to have a better life, no matter how great the difficulties. I want to thank the dedicated staff at the LEA for all the work and effort you put in on a daily basis. I've seen you at times, against all odds, perform miracles. I know some of you, and I have loved every interaction I've had with you. I admire you. Santiago Marquez, our CEO, leads an amazing staff. I also want to thank my fellow board of directors. You are an engaged board, and I love it. I especially want to thank our executive committee, Willie Rivero, Gaston Venari, Barbara Quiroga, Jim Curry, Joe Aros, Carla Ariola, and Maria Guzman. You have gone above and beyond the call of duty, time and time again. There was a lot of work to be done, and you stepped up and did everything that I asked and more. Now it is time to pass the torch. It is with great pleasure I pass the board chair position to Misty Fernandez. Misty is a dynamic businesswoman, admired and supported by the top leadership at Georgia Power and throughout our community. Misty is an astute businesswoman, a pleasure to work with, and she is passionate about finding ways to better serve the Latino community. I would now like to present Misty Fernandez.
Hi, I'm Misty Fernandez, Area Manager for Georgia Power Company, and as Susana mentioned, the next chairwoman of the Board of Directors for the Latin American Association. I'd like to take a quick minute and extend a heartfelt thanks to Susana for her extraordinary leadership. Many may already know that Susana is a longtime leader within our community who gives generously of her time, talent, and treasures. She has been courageous and relentless in her mission to serve, and she is always the first to raise her hand where support is needed. Under her leadership, the Latin American Association is performing stronger than ever and is well positioned to meet the growing needs of our Hispanic community. It is an honor to follow in her footsteps and to build upon her success. Susana, on behalf of the Board of Directors and the entire team at the Latin American Association, we thank you and we honor you for your incredible leadership and for your legacy. Finally, the LAA cannot do the impactful work that it does without excellent supporters like you. We hope you feel inspired by the stories you've heard today and that you're motivated to join us in our vision of providing opportunity for all. Join us in our work by clicking on the donate button you see underneath this video. Each dollar donated will go directly to helping our clients during these trying times. With your support, we can ensure the Latinos in our community continue to thrive. Please also save the date for next year's Compañeros Luncheon at the Georgia Aquarium on April 14th, 2022. And lastly, please also plan on joining us as we bring back the LAA's Latin Fever Ball, held this year on Saturday, October the 9th. It will be the LAA's first in-person event and will be held at the Intercontinental Hotel in Buckhead. Latin Fever is our largest fundraiser and the best party in Atlanta. We are honored to have two incredible co-chairs hosting this year's event. Tommy Holder, Chairman and CEO of Holder Construction, and Egbert Perry, Chairman and CEO of the Integral Group. Join us as we attempt to make history in raising the most funds ever. It will be an unforgettable evening that you don't want to miss. Please visit the LAA's website for more information. Thank you again for supporting the Latin American Association. We couldn't do it without you, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Wow, what an amazing group of people that have changed so many lives, and seeing that impact is really incredible. Your support is more important now than ever. Don't forget, you can click on the donate button on this page if you would like to help the LAA continue their work. Thank you for joining us today and for helping us celebrate. We look forward to seeing you next year in person. Thank you and have a great day.